Preparation phase of Dungeons and Dragons.
Roll around an enemy that will eat us
Yeah.
to make sure it gets food poisoning.
Yeah, I remember you tried to do that.
So, what do you do you want to play as?
I don't know. Does somebody want to play healer?
No.
I don't know where
There
the
are
You
healer
like
is.
to be a healer.
There are only a few
I
people
don't
who
know
are
where
crazy
the
enough to
healer
like.
is.
It's the cleric.
Only a
Okay.
few people are crazy enough to play healers in
Yeah, I'll
games.
be
There's one of them.
Wait,
What? My brother here. He enjoys being a healer. for
Oh,
some
I
reason.
like healers.
Look, I like this orc roll.
You like healers.
Yeah.
You like being the one.
Yeah, I like being a healer. It's really fun. Like you get to
Yeah,
run
you-
around and heal your people, and everybody tries to shoot you. First.
Yeah, I mean you're a high priority target.
Okay, I'll be.
I can say how many times I've been
Okay,
single.
that's interesting. I like that.
You know how many times I've been single all
Okay.
my
I
life?
I think we're scaring
This
them
is
away
a
because we're
madhouse.
sitting behind this, directly in front of the staircase.
Mimics though. Seriously.
We should
Also,
probably have
I
a camera
know-
over there just to film like
Yeah,
what's
I
going
know
on.
it's stupid. I know it's stupid to make a goblet that's a mimic and then just put an amulet that negates poison on it when you could just wear that. But it's a mimic that is negating poison and drinks for you. Why not have that?
But
Welcome to the House of Horror. Ooh,
The
pizza.
terror is coming.
Pizza.
Actually, it's already here. It's sitting there.
Well, Mr. Godgods, how's your day?
Terrifying.
I'm talking about mimics, I'm happy. I've had my first taste of killing players.
It's not your first taste.
I like it. It's TPKs. It's not as fun. I mean, permanently killing players. I like it. Okay, Dungeon Master update. kind of thing. So, all the players for the party didn't arrive, which meant I did some mock-ups with my little homebrew, quick to set up game style. And first game, I tried out a UNT strike party I've designed. While it's really strong, my setup games are really favoring the players, so they were on the way to destroy that strike party. But I decided that because it was closing to lunch, so people needed to go and eat. So I simply threw in the slumbering serpent of a pit, bursting through the ground and encircling the entire party with their caravan, which they were protecting, and it slowly wrapped around. I gave them 3 minutes, I think, to try and defeat it. I think it might have been 2 minutes. I don't remember exactly. It might even have been just 1 minute. As it slowly, crushed closer. Eventually, just the entire party crushed. Save for one who just used all their energy to teleport away. Was picked up by UNT and then sacrificed. Second one was with 6 players, who was tasked with killing a hobgoblin warlord. We had a cleric, a dwarf cleric, a gnome barbarian, a forest elf ranger, halfling rogue, dragonborn paladin, and dragonborn warlock. Both the dragonborns were golden. So they traveled through the forest. They face one hobgoblin. And here is a tip for any dungeon masters out there: if they establish their marching order and they just put their tanks in front, attack from behind. Seriously, I don't see why this don't happen more. So they put their halfling rogue in the back. So a hobgoblin comes up, puts his sword to his neck, and says, "Well, if you do anything, I will cut his head off." But the paladin throws his club, cracks the hair, because he was aiming for the halfling, but he kind of missed. So he cracks back the neck as the hobgoblin falls back, and then the barbarian comes, chops up him, and the halfling takes the blade from the hobgoblin, cuts up his face. Then they move on, find this fortress in the middle of woods, surrounded by a mound with a fall bridge. On this fall bridge, there's a chained up troll guarding it, which is actually inspired by a TED talk, I think it was, that I saw about Dungeons and Dragons. So the warlock actually goes up, talks to this guy, and uses magic to, be able to talk to it, and gets out the fact that, I want to be free. I've been here 30 years. So he frees this troll, and it walks away. And he bites the chain, for a record. He bites the chain, bursts out his flame breath, and melts it to free this guy. The cat is just watching me. But yeah, so he uses that way to get the troll free. Then I dropped them 2 physical puzzles that they actually had to solve. Either one would unlock a gate, and then I set a timer on, I think, 5 minutes, to which they had to solve it. They didn't solve it, so I had to. A few of them were still on the ground, and then the gate starts to open. The fall bridge starts to go up. But the troll comes back with a tree in its arm, bursts open the gates. Everyone gets in. It holds open the gate, but tree breaks. Gate slams shut. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. We had already killed 1 player at this point, because the paladin, and it's actually because last time we had this event, there was one guy who continuously threw party members. The paladin chose to throw the halfling rogue, throws him at the troll. Troll catches him, drops him in the mound. First kill. Alright, it's turn on. Yeah, you're dead. Next person dies here where we are now, in the courtyard. They hear sound coming closer, as everyone except the paladin runs to hide. And the paladin stands there in the courtyard. He kills 1 hobgoblin before it's overrun and slaughtered. So now they're hiding, and they're in this dining hall, where they close the doors and move forward. But the warlock actually chooses to look outside through the keyhole, where a spear is in front of him. Dead. So now the party moves through this dining hall into a bedchamber, a makeshift bedchamber full of bunk beds with goblins. The cleric goes ahead and slits all their throats, very carefully. And meanwhile, the elf, the archer, is covering themselves in dust and stuff, making themselves very hidden. And they hear the footsteps approaching. So the cleric throws himself under bed. The gnome barbarian climbs into the chandelier, and the other one doesn't need to make a stealth check, I determined, because they're covered, so they're just standing still. They're melting. And these hobgoblins walk by, and they drag this scene out. I have asserted at this point that I will kill you. It will be quick. These hobgoblins walk in, slowly dragging out this scene. They walk by the bed. Their feet are seen by the dwarf cleric. One of them doesn't see the gnome. One of them looks right above our elf archer, and then they move onwards. That was by far the coolest scene. After that, they walk into the throne room, and the Hobgoblin Warlord is there. He challenges the Barbarian. They have their fight. The cleric calls upon their god, and they have an amazing climax, where also it's real cool scene because they were hearing the Hobgoblins come closer. My plan was, okay, they're going to run away. They're going to end up in the courtyard and can't escape, and they're all slaughtered. Because I can do this in this game. These games, they just pick a class and a race. That's it. But yeah, so they choose to instead stand on the body of the warlord. And at this point, the cleric's mace is shining. He prayed to Helm. Helm intervened, so like teleported people around with the gnome above the warlord and the ranger, aiming for the head, and the cleric got shining light, like the light spell was cast on the head of their mace, and they strike an epic pose over the dead body. 50 hobgoblins, 75 goblins, and 5 orcs come in and slowly fall to their knee, like one knee, bowing before these people as they get free passage. Really epic, to be honest. I really liked it. I've had my first taste of killing player characters. Now I'm just gonna relax because, boy, that is exhausting.